pencil is useful unless it is sharpened. Likewise, no sharpener is of value unless it is sharp. How effective was, is, and will the Philippine educational system be in sharpening the Philippine pencil? How ready is the Philippine pencil in creating a mark on the tablet of global standard of education? How remarkable are the marks of the Philippine educational system in sharpening Philippine minds? How readable are its marks on the tablet of global standard of education?
Before the marks of foreign ideals, the education in ancient Philippines are plainly written on the basis of need and practicality. Academic and vocational education were freely available and equally handed down from generation to generation. Sons were training by their fathers to be warriors, hunters, fishermen, miners, lumbermen, and shipbuilders. The mother, on her part, trained her daughters in cooking, gardening, serving, and other household acts. Then later barangay schools were opened under the charge of an old man as the teacher. Facts reveal that such was the nature of Butuan in ancient Panay. The subjects taught to the children in this barangay school were reading, writing, arithmetic, use of weapons, and lubos. With the coming of Spain, marks of Philippine education were inscripted with caste system, an inscription of economic advantage of the upper class against the middle class and a widened economic gap to the lower class. Originally, the colleges and universities were open only to the Spaniards and those Spanish blood, and outward written imposition of corporal punishment to the less advantaged. The setting foot of Americans overscribbled democracy and influenced patronage to foreign ideals instead of reflecting on the nature of the nation's need. Japanese invasion further doodled the concept of success and power at whatever cost.
The physical control has long been uplifted 7 decades ago upon the Declaration of Independence in 1946. But are we really free? Are we really the ones holding the pencil now? Or are we still under the grip of foreign influence? Is our educational system a product of chaotic and incomprehensive doodles, unapplicable to the nature of Philippine minds? How ready are we in creating the Philippine mark? Hence, we have conducted a realistic research about the current condition of the Philippine educational system from its most basic fiber. Our group decided to conduct a 2-day workshop, not only for the sole purpose of knowing the Philippine educational system recipients better, but also to benefit the students with memory techniques, arts and crafts, and other fun-filled activities. From the University of Eastern Philippines Co-Ed building, we traveled for about 25 minutes to the crossing. From there, we took another 25-minute ride heading to Mirador Elementary School, wherein half of it required as much strength and courage to pass through a very muddy path that is almost inaccessible even by foot. After the 2-day workshop for multi-grade students, we decided to follow 3 recipients and see what their life is like at home. Each represents the 3 socio-economic classes. Student A is Laika L. Imas. She is the fifth among 7 siblings. Her father runs their own copra business for a living. He also holds a local office as a barangay kagawad. Laika's mother is an entrepreneur. Laika's parents are well regarded in the community.
Si Laika, ano siya na bata, ugagad siya nga bata, didi sa balay, nagkukuan siya din, nanginginano sa balay, didi siya, sa tindahan, nanginginano. Warak masabi sa kanya talaga nga, kuan kami sa kanya, proud kami sa kanya.
She verbalized that her mom was too busy to attend to her in her school activities.
Minsan naka-attend, pero kanya naman lola, may ito na parang attender. Tapos may time na naghihinaya na gudito na siya, pinupuspong ko na sa naklakad nga, kuan, inuuna ko na siya.
Laika is a consistent honor student from kindergarten to the present and dreams to be a teacher someday.
Karag ko maging teacher siya. Kaya karag ko nga sa kanra mo ko pag maestro na lakam, dingak sa'yo na diri man liwat. Dati kasi, pangarap ko rin maging teacher. Dara sa hirap ng buhay, kaya yun. Nung mahiwalay ako sa magulang ko, talagang nag-seek up ako. Pero pangarap ko talaga maging teacher. Kaya sabi ko sa kanya, kahit isa lang sa inyo, meron maging maestra sa inyo. Kasi yung pangarap ko hindi ko naabot. Kayo na lang sabi ko. Kayo na lang magpapatuloy ng mga pangarap ko.
But regardless of her achievement, she is an introvert. She is silent and prefers to stay alone.
Laika is a kind of student. She's a kind of student that she knows what the answer is. But unfortunately, she doesn't like to share what she knows. Most likely that, pag tinawag mo siya, ayaw niya mag-response. No? It's either she will say that, yung ganon. But I know that she knows the answer. She still act the same way, same with others. She's very simple. Regardless kung kahit siya pa yung may kaya sa Mirador. However, nakikita ko na siguro lamang siya ng konti sa iba pagdating sa pag-aral. Kasi siguro meron siya mga bagay na meron siya na wala yung iba that makes her up. Well-supported siya ng family niya, meron siya mga ganito, meron siya ng mga ganyan. Let's say, for example, sa books. Kung may book siya sa school, meron pa rin siyang mga supporting books sa bahay. However, kahit na meron ng ganyan si Laika, hindi pa rin niya ma-express yung sarili niya. Tahimik kasi siya na bata. No? Siguro dahil galing na rin siya sa pamilyang well-off dun sa Mirador, so kahit papano, mas pino ang kilos niya, mas kumpara sa iba.
Belonging to the middle class is student B, Althea May Makian, a grade 6 pupil who also aspires to be a teacher someday.
Sayo siya sa tatapuran sa kanya teacher. Pag-abot sa mga classroom rules, mga daily routine, mga ginihimo nila. Gintukan siya sa kanya teacher ang tatapuran. Danay siya nag-abri sa eskwelahan. Danay nauna pa sa mag-cut sa eskwelahan. Before 7, nagtun ako. Sigat sa na kanya hindi mo daily routine. Pero minsan naging sa kanya mga assignments. Pag makori danay, nanguta na sa. Pero, direct ko itong patutdoan good mo. Itong ako mismo maghihimo sa kanya assignment. So, tagang ko lang siya sample, explain ko, tapos pabayan ko na siya. Si Aldia, kareg niya, na-mention niya, kareg niya maging teacher. Pero, siguro kung ako ang masusunod, kareg ko siya maging doktor or maging nurse. Para maiba naman sa linya sa pamilya. Kareg ko naman siya maging doktor or nurse or something. Nagdasul niya inclination.
She loves math, Filipino, and araling panlipunan.
Si Althea kasi ang nakita ko sa kanya, mas aktibo siya eh. Mas agresibong bata pagdating sa pag-aaral. Nakita ko yung ano niya, yung enthusiasm niya na kahit na wala siya nun, meron siyang gustong marating sa buhay.
She lost her father at a very young age. Her mother is a housewife. Her relatives financially sustain her studies.
Sa magkakapatid, bilang kuya, ako ang panganay, ako ang magurang. Ang role ko is, parang kung ano ang role sa amo parent, ako ang kandida, nasunod. Yan kaya ako man may trabaho, ako man ang role ko sa tundida yan sa kanra, especially kanal tiya. Ako ang papa-eskwela, then mabuligak sa kanya when it comes to financial, guidance, kung nanoan maupay para sa kanya, course, kung mag-eskwela na siya college. Then, pag-prepare sa kanya eskwela niya, susudlan.
She verbalized that she is frequently bullied.
Since duwala sa nga babae, danay, ginbubulihiton siya sa kanya mga kuya. Pat kami, danay siya gintitripan. Labi pag-aragin kanya ate, siya kasi ang pinaka dito yung babae naman dito. Siya gintitripan, bubuli danay, bisa nag-aram, himo ko na ginsusugo ko na Up to that time nga may retire siya. Then, maupay man kayo nakukuhan ko. Nasusuhay ko danay pag mayon na dire maupay ako motion. Sagad sa hindi mo na. Bilang kuya, proud ako sa kanya kay masunurin. Gintot doon ko siya kung paano mag-express ang kalugaran yun. Halimbawa, mayon siya karuyag. Na-practice ito niya kung nanoan kanya karagsid nun, kung ano kanya nakaramdaman, kanya na-feel. Halimbawa, may mga attitude na nga may nanabuan, uyam, doon, or mayon siya karuyag aroon. Proud ako kay mayon siya study habit.
Parang may mas malalim pa na dahilan kung bakit mas gusto niya yung ibigay yung sarili niya ng buong buo. Kasi alam niya kung anong wala siya. Alam niya na kung pagbubutihan niya, mas makakaangat siya. Dahil kulang na kulang siya.
Student C is a 10-year-old resident of Mirador. She lives in the outskirts of Mirador. Rina Montaño, currently in the 3rd grade, is the 5th among 8 siblings.
Si Rina yung bata na nakikita natin na papasok lang kasi gustong matuto, pero hindi naman ganun talaga nag-e-effort. Okay na siya. Yung ganun. Whatever comes in, kung anong input, okay na siya doon. Hindi na rin siya ganun na nag-i-strive. No?
Her father is a farmer and her mother stays at home to manage the household. After school, it has become her routine to help in the household chores.
Nag-aalog, nag-uhugas, tapos nagkukuhan sa balay, nag-hitso, nagtutugon, naglalaba na lang. Siyempre, nag-eskwela mangyapon, nasulod mangyapon, nakakuhan. Bising-bising at pag-assignment siya. Okay mangyapon, may mangyapon honor. Kaya kung makatangpos man siya, magtulong sa kapwa na lang niya, bata man liwat. Matang kayamanan sa pag-eskwela na makakuhan. Para pag-aram, may muungo tanan para lang makatangpos siya sa pag-aral.
Para sa kanya, kung anong ibigay ng teacher, satisfied na siya doon. I let her read one time. No, so I asked her, do you want to read, Rina? And she said, yes. Bakit gusto mo nagbabasa? Kasi nag-e-enjoy daw siya, maganda daw yung, the way I understand in my own understanding, kasi hindi nga ako waray noon, pero the way I understand it, she likes to read, she enjoys it, no? And I let her read the book, the way she read it, para sa akin kulang pa. So, sa level niya, no? However, she did not complain about it because para sa kanya, ayos na yun, sakto na yun kung anong in-offer sa kanya. Ayun. Kasi nga siguro, wala din naman yun sa bahay nila Hindi din naman niya yung nakikita. Tapos sa school, hindi din naman ganun kagalingan siguro. So para sa kanya, maganda na yun. these 3 students are all learning in their own ways on how they grasp things in everything they have in life.
Statistics within the Implementation of Education Act of 1982, wherein whose provisions include 6 or 7 years of elementary education and 4 years in secondary, show a decline in the quality of Philippine elementary and secondary levels. Results of NAT among elementary and high school students in 2004 high school readiness test is 0.64% who passed the exam. The 75% cutoff, or 8,000 students out of 1.2 million examinees passed. Self-assessment test for English, 19% passed. The 75% cutoff, or 10,000 out of 51,000 teachers. Trends in international mathematics and science study. As of 2003, Philippines ranked number 42 out of 46. Science, Philippines ranked number 42. Affordability of education creates a big disparity in educational achievement across social groups. Socioeconomically disadvantaged students have higher drop rates in elementary level. Most of the freshman students at the tertiary level come from relatively well-off families. In every 10 pupils entering grade 1, 66% would graduate from grade 6, 43% from high school, only 20% will graduate with a college education. 80% of 55 million is considered as out-of-school youth. 55% of the population are unable to have full access to education in the Philippines. The Philippine Constitution has mandated the government to allocate the highest proportion of its budget to education. However, Philippines still has one of the lowest budget allocations to education among the ASEAN communities. Education is a right, but ironically, 121 million people cannot go to school because of poverty. The poor would choose to feed the body instead of feeding the mind. They would choose to work in jobs before working for more knowledge in school.
Poverty has deprived children from their right to education. What does poverty have to do with education? And what does education have to do with poverty? The 2-day immersion led us to know these kids better. They have learned to love whatever is available for them. Young at heart, these youngsters associate school on playing and getting snacks in adjunct to learning. But most are merely driven to study by their parents in hopes of alleviating their poverty-stricken existence. Unless we reflect our educational system on our own nature and provide ourselves with our own clean paper to write on, we will never achieve Philippine ideals. So, are we ready to create our mark? You decide.
Yun.
So basta
sa mga wino, tigilan nyo na yan. Maawa naman kayo sa tayo nyo.
liberate.
Mag-liberate.